Expo. We're pretty happy to be here, and another first is we have a brand new trade show booth. We're proud of this. It's part of our commitment going forward into expanding exposure of KTM to the world. We've had quite a few years of success in our motocross off-road market. For the last 7-8 years, we've had double-digit growth, and this year from 15 to 16, we've actually had just a little bit over 20% sales growth in the off-road motocross market, which we're really proud of. The big thing is we're in that same period from 15 to 16, or 16 to 17, we've had a 16% sales growth in street bikes. So as you see here, this is all of our street product that we sell to our dealers right now at the moment, and our current street market. A big part of our success in the street market has been our adventure bikes. We started back in 2003 with our 950 Adventure, we went through our 990 Adventures, and then our current generation of 1190, 1290 Super Adventures, and it's been really good. This is a big part of our KTM heritage we have here in the United States. So with that, I have a quick little video. A week ago, we showed the motorcycles in Intermont, the brand new KTM Adventure line, and unfortunately, we didn't have the motorcycles show up in here in time for this, but we do have the video for you guys to watch, so let's give her a watch. right, so for 2017, we have two new adventure models, 1090 Adventure R and a 1290 Super Adventure R. And 1090 Adventure R is a little smaller displacement than the 1190. The 100cc smaller, we dropped about 20 horsepower. It's still 130 horsepower. But the little bit difference in displacement made a huge difference in feeling of lightness, easier to ride. The trend's been going for a lot of the mid-size adventure bikes, so this is kind of, we're getting down on the top part of that mid-size adventure bike. As you see in the video, the KTM Adventure, we use the motorcycles for, it's a lot different than a lot of other people's adventure bikes. Where you go can't be limited by the motorcycle. Where you go is where you want to go. On the 1090, the big difference on the thing, they upgraded the suspension quite a bit. So I got stiffer fork springs for 2017. It's got a little different valving. The rear shock is something we've used on our off-road motorcycles for a long time. It's got a PDS shock on it now. And anyone who's followed our off-road motorcycles, they'll know what a PDS shock is. It's got two pistons in there. It's a lot more progressive for bottoming and stuff. And with the TKC80, the knobbies that come standard on the motorcycle, we're building this for what our consumers and our dealers have been telling what they want on our motorcycles, and it's been very successful for us. Also new is the 1290 Super Adventure R. There's new bodywork to it, a new headlight, new instrument panel, dash. It's got all the suspension that's on the 1090 Adventure with upgraded suspension, more off-road worthy and stuff. TKC80s. Both motorcycles have the motorcycle safety systems, the traction control, ABS, combined ABS systems. It's got different engine modes, different traction controls, off-road, rain. In rain and off-road, you have your 100 horsepower thing that controls. The motorcycle's been really pretty amazing. They've been a great success, and we're building toward the future for a lot of other models coming. In our model range, a lot of you who follow us, we have our 1290 Super Duke R, and this is something that came out 2 years, and this has been a motorcycle that was new to us. It's a flagship of our street bike models. It's kind of revived naked bikes in North America, and we're talking about that because at our dealer show in Whistler this year up in Canada, we debuted the 1290 Super Duke GT. We brought up, I think, 70 of them. We let all our dealers ride them up around Whistler up in Canada. They had a great time. And we had a limited number of those we brought over that we shipped to our dealers for demos. So they could start demoing, their staff could start getting familiar with them, and coming late this fall, we're going to have the Super Duke GTs. And we have our adventure bikes where terrain where you're going, the adventure, you can go any distance you want on that. The Super Duke GT has a larger capacity gas tank. It's our street sport touring motorcycle, so we've got farther distance. It still uses the 1290 Super Duke engine. It's got a little different heads, cams. It's great for torque. It's got a little broader power. It's got the saddlebag standard on the motorcycle, cruise control. It's got the big thing is windshield, some body protection for long rides, and all the safety systems, motorcycle safety systems in it. And another big thing that's on the Super Duke GT is the semi-active electronic suspension, which works pretty amazing. It's pretty intuitive with what the rider doesn't have to think about. The motorcycle does a lot of stuff. Motorcycles are getting smarter all the time, and it's pretty amazing where they're going. The next little bike we have in our Duke range is the 390 Duke, and this is 2 years coming. We've had it in the marketplace 2 years, and it's been a great thing for our dealers and for us. It's KTM's version of, ready to race in small motorcycle. It's not an entry-level motorcycle. It's easy to ride. It's easy for people to learn on and stuff that are larger, but it's great performance, great handling, brakes, suspension, and everything. The true ready-to-race platform we have is our RC390, and I'm going to bring up Chris Fillmore here to talk about this a little bit. He's our in-house road racer guy that we're pretty proud to have here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Tom. So the highlighted program that I want to talk about today is the KTM RC Cup. It's a youth road race program, ages 14 to 22, which has ultimate goals of growing youth road racing in America. From KTM's side, at the races, we're partnered with Moto America. We bring a semi to the track. We have technical staff on hand and a full parts list. So for purchase, if anything was to go wrong during the weekend, we have you covered. So it's a ready-to-race platform. We just finished up our second season with Moto America. We're pretty happy about it, and we have a quick highlight video to show you guys to give you a little taste of what RC Cup racing is all about. So it's exciting stuff, right, from what you can see. Ready to race, it's our brand promise, and I think the KTM RC Cup pretty much epitomizes that. We had an 8-round series this year. Most of the riders and most of the finishes so far this season, I mean, they're really taken by a tenth of a second. So you have 5-10 guys battling for the lead. It's really exciting stuff, and it's giving these young riders a platform to kind of showcase their talents at this level and at tracks that they're going to be racing at as they move through the ranks and get up into their professional career. A really cool program that's associated with the RC Cup is the World Final. We take the top 3 from the championship and we take them over to one global runoff where they compete against 8 different nations for over one weekend, and we crown an overall winner. Last year we went to Silverstone. The kids did really well, and then 2 weeks ago we just got back from Assen, where Anthony Mazziato and Brandon Posh went 2-3 overall. So it's pretty exciting stuff. I mean, for guys to be 14, 15, 16 years old, going over racing and representing their country, we're very proud of them. The goals of the Cup is to use this as a transition and allow riders to move up through the ranks. So that being said, we got some pretty exciting news for you guys. At least we're really excited about it, and that's we've re-signed with Moto America for 2017 season. And with that, I'd like to bring up Paul Carruthers and have him say a few words. And here's Paul.
We had a contest to see who was going to be the most nervous, so we'll see who wins. We're also very happy to be able to say that we're having the KTM RC Cup back next year. It's hard to believe for me that it was 2 years ago that we announced this Cup, and we've gone through 2 really good seasons of racing. I think Wayne Rainey, when we first started Moto America, one of the things he wanted to have was a class where we could get young riders involved in road racing and have a spot where they could start and then progress through the rest of our classes and ultimately race superbikes, and then from there go on to bigger and better things and possibly have world champions. So I think the class so far has done exactly what we've wanted it to do, and it makes us excited to see more. I mean, as you can see from the videos, the racing is spectacular. And I think on a personal note, Chris works with the riders at the track, helping them with everything from their race strategy to actually riding the bike. And I get to work with them on the media side of things. And one of the things that excites me is the maturity that you see the kids start from. From the beginning of the year, we have some kids that are so shy in the press conferences, you can barely get 2 words out of them. And then you watch them progress not only on the racetrack, but also in that interview situation and in those press conferences. So it's really cool to see. Another thing that I enjoy about the series is you can go into the paddock and you can see, there's a van there, and there's an easy up, and there's a bike, and there's a mom and a dad and the kids. And it's brought a real family atmosphere to our series that I think is something that's really valuable. The kids get to race in front of the big teams. They get to interact with some of our superbike stars and our other stars, and it just helps them develop as racers and people. And I think we can all be proud of what the series has been able to accomplish. And I think with another season, you'll see even better things. So again, thanks to KTM for keeping us in mind and for wanting to continue this arrangement, and to Chris for all he does for the kids in the paddock, and to everybody really. It's been a good team effort, and I'm looking forward to at least another season.
Yeah, great, Paul. That was awesome. And exactly, it's a family-oriented event. RC Cup really has been, and we have been able to work real closely with them. And so one more thing we have to show for you today is the new livery for 2017. We're pretty happy to be able to announce this pretty early, that we're going to be back for next year. Let the families prepare and hopefully get some stronger grids. It's been great. We've been seeing 25 to 35 riders per event, and I think with being able to announce this a little bit early, we're all a little bit excited. So with the unveiling, thank you guys. We're really happy with the new graphics and being able to announce this a little bit early. And each year we come up with a new livery, and this is our 2017. So we're looking forward to the season. Hopefully you guys are able to check it out this year.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Paul. In November 18th at the Long Beach show, we're going to unveil a couple new motorcycles there. Hopefully by then I'll have our 1090 and our 1290 Super Adventure Rs on hand. Our entire 17 model range will be there. That's great. When you guys get a chance, a lot of you I know are registered onto our press.ktm.com